So, 109 days. That's how long you all have been here. It's 109 days. And I've been thinking a lot about this experience because this is a journey for me too, right? And I've been learning as well. And you guys came here in August, and you likely felt nervous and excited. That's what I've boiled it down to emotionally. And right now, it's December, and you likely also feel nervous and excited, right? So in August, the nerves told you that I don't know what it's going to be like in Switzerland. I'm not sure what class is going to be like. I don't know I'm going to mesh with people. I don't know if I'm going to miss my family, right? That's some of the emotions your nerves told you. And now, right now, your nerves are telling you a little bit of what's tomorrow morning going to feel like? How are my friends here going to mesh with my friends back home? Am I going to miss this beautiful countryside? Right? Those are some of what your nerves are feeling. And the excitement in August told you, oh my God, I get to live in Switzerland. I get to eat this amazing food. I get to experience these cultures I've only read about and see these things I've studied. And I get to participate in all these amazing things. And now your excitement now is telling you, I get to see my family. I get to see my friends. For a lot of you, I get to eat Chipotle. I get to sleep in my own bed, right? These are all emotions you're feeling. And so while the emotions themselves are the same, nervous and excited, what they mean are completely different. How they're manifesting themselves are completely different. Okay, there's a change in that emotion. And while that's one big change about how you're feeling right now, there's also a big change in all of you that we were just talking about prior to dinner that's undeniable. Okay? And you might be able to chalk it up to having seen the Roman Colosseum or witnessing things that you've only read about and seen in pictures and experiencing the architecture and the culture and the history. Or maybe it's because you spent so many damn hours on a train and public transportation that can do some weird things to people. It could be any one of those things, but there has been a noticeable change that has occurred with you all. And that is, each and every one of you has a better worldly view of the things around you, but also yourself. You have a deeper understanding of yourself, and you should be proud of that. And you might not know it right now, but the people who have been watching you, your faculty that have been here and part of the experience, have seen that. So 109 days, that's about 30% of a year, right? We can do that math pretty quick. I'm not a math guy, but that's about where we're at. And that's not a big chunk of time in terms of the course of a year, 30%. Right? You've had a lot of 30% at this point in your life. And if you think about your life experience, 30%, well, how does that add up? What does that measure up to? So what is the sum of 109 days? How do we add that up? How do we quantify that? A lot of you guys are science people. You have your brains like that. How do you quantify that? I don't know. But think about, I don't have an answer to that, but if you think about the fact that you didn't just take pictures, but you made memories out of this experience, that you just didn't show up, that you learned and you developed as a result of this experience, if that's how you quantify 109 days, that's what matters. So I have a challenge for you guys though moving forward, right? So everyone feels a certain way right now. You have this spot in your heart. We've seen some very heartfelt testimonials. I see some red in some eyes out there. And if other people might not be having that physical reaction, they're still feeling that here, right? We're all feeling that a little bit. So I want to challenge you right now. Take how you feel right now and hold on to it. Okay, capture that. Write it down later. Whatever it takes to remember this experience, capture that right now. Because in a couple hours when you wake up tomorrow, it will be completely different. And different's not a bad thing. Life changes, and that has to happen. You gotta move forward. But that's what happens. Capture the feeling now, though. And that's how you make this experience stick. It won't be the pictures of the Eiffel Tower and of the Vatican and those things. It's how you feel. And that's what gives meaning to those experiences. You need to hold on to that. You need to capture that. And so grasp it. I challenge you to do that. So that way 10 years from now, like Bert was saying, or 25 years from now, you can remember not only not to screw into the grain? Or, hey, don't do that. You remember that. But you also remember why that was funny and why some of these different testimonials and these stories and these things that really matter are going to stick. So that's my challenge for you guys. And so, I said that I would share with you guys my happy for this semester because I always participate in my own activities. And so I have been challenged, I have been pressured, I've been pushed, I've been stretched, in ways that I haven't as a student or a professional in my short career. And those are good things. And I've gotten to see some amazing things. I stood up on top of the Eiffel Tower. I was at the Vatican. I went to Oktoberfest. I got to do some amazing things. I got to tour Europe with one of my best friends. And those are all good things, right? But the happy thing that will stick out for me is the villa. And it's not the villa, right? That's not what matters for me. It's a beautiful facility. It's a beautiful home. It's a beautiful mansion, essentially. But what gives this place life and what makes this place real is you guys. And I've shared this with you all on multiple occasions, that when this place is empty, there's a different feeling for it. And I sometimes think it's even haunted, so I lock my door at night. So it's you guys that have made this experience so great, not only for me, but for everybody here. There's a reason that people are crying when they're saying these things, okay? So from me, and on behalf of everyone here that has had the pleasure to work with you all, thank you for that experience and what you've provided to us as well, because even though you think that you've been given this great experience, you have been, it's also been a great experience for us too, in getting to work with you. I can speak for the entire group here, that it has been a phenomenal experience. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate everything that you have given me. And I want to read one quote, because there's been some of those, and it's already been said once, and I actually pulled this before you asked me if you could speak. And it's a quote from Steph's blog today, okay? But I want to read it because I want to hammer it home, and then I'm going to turn it over to Casey to run us a little bit of slideshow, and we'll get some pictures and get one good last cry, and we'll call it a day. Okay? So, this is Steph's quote. She's one of the great philosophizers of our time. My time spent as a wide-eyed and wandering speck on the map has crafted my resolute self-promise to never stop walking, nor shut my eyes, always use my ears, and only sometimes plug my nose, and continually use my experience and aspirations to create my future. What's yours?